everybody. Wepa! Welcome to a new Comic Crusader GeekFest special. And today I'm very happy to have one of my fellow Crusaders that actually has a film on deck. I mean, this guy's an amazing filmmaker, folks. Real film. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not talking about that digital stuff, folks. I mean, the real business. Very proud to introduce my good friend, but amazing filmmaker, the one and only Lance Lucero. What's popping, brother?
Hey, how you doing, Al? This is awesome.
I'm doing well, man. Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on, bro. And I mean, it's not just you. You have honored us with the presence, obviously, two of the characters up in the film. I mean, the principals, if you will. Let me first introduce, obviously, the ladies first. The one and only Laurel Mansfield. How you doing?
Good. It's good to be here.
She's definitely the bouncy killer, not the reggae artist, folks. All right, she's the bouncy killer in the last part. All right, make that clear. And then, of course, we have the one and only El Vaquero himself, the one and only Vincent Olan, aka Clem. What's popping, brother? How are you?
Thank you. How are you doing? Thanks for bringing me on, man. Thank you.
No. Thank you for coming on and agreeing to hang out with Lance and us as we discuss the amazing film that he has currently on deck on GeekFest FilmFests Yr 8. I mean, the geeks are definitely going to enjoy this because this is definitely something unique. I think the most unique film amongst the whole movies that are on deck, because guys, again, I think I've said this before, but homie over here actually works on film. I mean, old school. You know, let me remove my symbol because I'm disrespecting the camera right there.
There it is.
Look at that, folks. All right, so let's start digging in, man. Last resort, a movie shot on actual film. What's the story behind Last Resort, and that obviously the casting and that obviously using the film aspect of it as opposed to going HD.
Well, film, like I kind of always say, if you want to be like the masters of old, do like the masters of old, shoot film. That's my canvas. So that's what I want to tell my stories on. And I believe that it's very cinematic if you use film. Even doesn't matter what format, Super 8, 16, 35. The last resort was shot on Super 8. That's the camera that's sitting behind me. And it just was a question of a day hike. We went for a hike in Castlewood Canyon, and we came across an old homestead. And I was looking at it going, hey, man, this would be a great location for a movie. And then I looked at Laurel and said, you want to make a cowboy flick? And it took off from there. Yeah. So
it's just like that. Really, you guys are just walking around. Let's make a cowboy flick. You're like, all right, let's do it. The bounty killer. Love it.
Yeah. And the question is just what format to use. And I had already had the camera, and it was just a question of shooting some test footage on location, writing a script, and we took it from there. So, I mean, a real script, 10-page script, shot test footage. It looked amazing. And then, of course, the next person I called is Vincent. I'm like, hey, you want to be in a cowboy movie? I got this thing cooking, and I think it's going to be really cool. And it just evolved from there. That's 2019, July, August, we shot it.
Okay, wow. And how was that? How did that call go? Is that a quick decision on your part, Vince, when he said, "Quieres ser un vaquero? Let's do it," or yeah?
Not at all. Not at all. I'm like cowboy. What are you talking about, cowboy? I play mafia guys. I don't play cowboys. But when he sent the script, I'm like, oh yeah, this will work. This I can do this. So yeah.
That's funny.
But I'm glad he did.
Excellent. So. What about you? You were cast as the bounty killer.
Well, I'm always there to help out with any part I can. My least favorite part, of course, was smoking the cigars.
Real cigars, no CGI.
Yes, real cigars.
You're not a smoker, and then you are smoking? Oh, crap.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sure my family wasn't happy to see me smoking.
Was that the first time you smoked a cigar ever? Was it for the film, or have you tried that one before?
I think I had like taken a puff before, but not, not actually tried to light it and on camera, because that was not that easy. The wind kept blowing out the matches, and so if I look angry, it wasn't all acting.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, and definitely. No wonder you were flicking those matches hard, sure, in this film. But it's great things, man. And you know, was there any difficulty shooting on film? Throughout this process. I mean, is it any different, brother, from shooting on an HD? I mean, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, this is so difficult," and I've mentioned it before. It's like, "Yo, that's so expensive." I mean, is it both? Is it difficult? Is it pricey? And Malcolm Wong says hello to everybody.
Yep. Hello, Malcolm Wong. Thanks for tuning in. Well, no, I think that's the fallacy. The fallacy is automatically people are turned off by film because they think it's overly complicated or expensive. And, the camera sitting behind me costs less than your smartphone. It's less than $600, and that's the full package. That's a camera, that's the matte box, that's the remote switch, that's a polarizing filter, even a microphone, because it's a sound camera, analog sound camera. I didn't do it, of course, because we have better sound stuff today, but it's economically feasible. That's a 40-year-old camera, 1979.
Oh wow!
And
really? Oh.
They're made to last. It's not a disposable piece of equipment. It's a real photographic camera with all the whistles and bells, even more so than a 16 millimeter camera. We're talking adjustable speeds, lap dissolves, all kinds of really cool things. It was designed for consumers back in the day to go on vacation and actually make a really cool movie. And it's designed to be rugged. It's designed to be used. It's designed to be out in the elements. That's what it was built for. It weighs less than 5 pounds, fully loaded. So when people talk about film versus HD, I mean, that's about the same size. So, and you're looking at the package right behind me, the tripod, the reflector, a 3-foot reflector, the camera, a light meter, film. That's it. I photographed it. That's the entire film package right behind you. That made the entire movie.
Wow.
So,
excellent. How much is film?
It can vary.
Then
This is the 7266 Tri-X reversal film, black and white. This is standard. Now, this stuff is cut from the same mold as 35 millimeter or 16. It's just in an 8 millimeter format. Cartridged, I'd say the average price for the Tri-X black and white reversal is about $35 a cartridge. So we shot 14 cartridges for the last resort. You could do the math. It ain't whether you're doing HD or film, there's going to be costs. So in a sense, the film is the least of your worries. So you get it processed. So wherever you buy it, you can get it processed cheaper sometimes. For instance, there's several outlets throughout the country that if you buy film from them, they'll cut you a deal on processing and scanning. So prices are adjusted. So it can be like $16 to $18 to process one roll of film, and then you get it scanned. Your prerogative how you're going to get it scanned. You have outlets, many scanning outlets throughout the country that allow you to do that. So the process is very simple. This is a tried and true process that's been happening since the 30s. They're not reinventing the wheel here. It's pretty streamlined. So you buy your film.
That's what I'm saying, Lance. When I hear people say it's difficult, I say, you really telling me something is that difficult that probably didn't change much between the 30s to the 70s? You know what I mean? How hard can it be? Are you serious? I think the digital is a little bit more complicated now, especially with the goddamn software.
It has its problems. Both have its problems. But the idea is that the film cameras are designed for that punishment. They are designed to be out in the field. They are designed to be used. And some people forget that. Of course, there are issues. You got to scan and then take it into a digital platform for editing. That's just the way you do it now, because it streamlines the process. So even with this reversal film, this black and white reversal film, what reversal means is this is a positive. So once it's developed and you have your little film reel, this can go right on a projector and you can watch it instantly.
Oh, cool. And check this out, Lance. We have Jet Windsor. Thanks for tuning in. It says Dorel killed it in The Last Resort. Super 8 Glory. Saw that at a US Super 8 Film Fest in Jersey. Awesome film. And I remember when you actually debuted that was in Jersey. So thanks for tuning in. Yeah, man. Lance is definitely a boss, as he says here.
Yeah, Jet's cool. We met him out there, had some drinks. He's an enthusiast. He's a great colleague. I'm glad he tuned in because he was there and we were surprised. We showed up. We didn't know what to expect. And the movie rocked. People were just floored by what we did. And it was really great to see it on a big screen. There were some good movies there. There's some great films. Emil Inc. had a film that was playing with us, and I was watching it, and I was like, "Wow, this guy's knocking it out of the ballpark. This guy's going to shred this competition." He won a grand prize as well. But that's another way of showcasing the material. Is that when we went to festivals, we went to the limited amount of places that actually showed film, and the United States a Super 8 festival in New Jersey. It was specific to Super 8. There were some digital movies there, but this was all about Super 8, the oldest Super 8 festival in the country, 33 years, run by Al Nigrin, and if not the world. So we were.
What's up with Al, man?
Another Al, yeah.
Another Al.
And he rocked it. He just knows what he's doing. So that's like the Sundance of Super 8. You want to win that award. You want to get that audience award. And we were lucky enough to get it. We knew nothing when we landed. We just wanted to have fun, and it just turned out so great. And it took off from there. The film's getting a lot of recognition and notice from a lot of people.
We're talking so much about the film, teasing people about the film and what this film. And I'm actually a little fucked out here because why is it not here? Don't you love how this stuff works, technology sometimes, man? We
struggle. That's why you stick with film.
Well, you're right, because this is digital. I uploaded it on my desktop, and now for some reason it doesn't show on my laptop where I have to do my podcast in the evening. So just give me a moment, folks.
All right.
I'm sorry.
And I could screen share if you want. I could find the trailer if you need it.
Oh, come on. We pop it up immediately. So it's so funny that when you put Last Resort, Papa Roach comes up all over the place. There we are. Okay, so keep this, folks. I'm going to show you this amazing movie shot on film. My camera. The technology doesn't want to cooperate. I love it. All right, everybody. Coming on now, folks. Check it out. And actually, they once again stop that because I forgot to check the little box. All right, folks. Check this out.
Who are you?
This is not our house.
Sweet.
That was
Yay.
awesome. And Vincent, I know you said that, yeah, you normally do mob roles. You look like a mobster in this. You look like a mobbed up cowboy. Like,
I'm about to give y'all the zone.
what's going on here? Sorry.
I don't know. We're getting some
We're getting some
heavy
music.
metal. You had a background track there. I was like, that was sinister.
Wow.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, technology is messing with me today. All right. All right, there we are. So yeah, you're saying that, you know, you do normally mob roles, but now seeing you there holding the gun, you look like a mobbed up cowboy. That's what you look
There
like.
you go. That's the worst kind. That's the worst kind of cowboy. Yeah. Before there was a Wild West, there was a New York City, gangs in New York. So there you go. That was the Wild West.
However, ain't that true, bro? And with that, man, how was you guys' experience though? Was there hot days? Was it fun? Was it a long process? Was it short? How was the experience? Ladies first on this one.
All right. Well, it was hot. So, you know, I had all of these clothes on, right? I got jeans and chaps and a shirt and a vest and a poncho, and it was like 97 degrees.
Lance, you're trying to murder your cast over here.
Dude.
At least they got to stand in the shade a couple times. You know, I didn't.
At least you got some shade. Look at that. Spoken like a true director. Hey, you had some shade. Incredible. How about you, Vince, man? What is your most memorable moment during the filming?
But you know, the jacket I had on was kind of, was it corduroy, Lance? It was
It was
corduroy.
a corduroy
Yeah.
jacket.
In July. You know, the corduroy jacket in July, man. Oh my goodness, it's pretty warm. It's pretty warm. I thought
They
that
still
was
make
something.
corduroy.
It's still what?
Crap. They still make corduroy clothes, bro.
Yeah.
That's old. Jesus, we're definitely dating ourselves right here, boy. We got you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yo,
That's funny.
so man, where did you find all the costumes that you torture your cast with here during a hot day?
Well, one of them actually was something, the one that I wore. I had started that for Halloween and wore it a few years back for Halloween. So we had that one before we even thought about the film. And then it was a lot of looking at thrift stores to find the individual pieces.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe one day Lance went to a thrift store and found boots. I mean, cowboy boots. Amazing, right? Yeah.
PA haters, you look badass lighting the cigar, but I just keep thinking what you said about it. Just keep constantly turning off. I can't imagine how many times that sequence.
Yeah, and it's also interesting too because there's some movie magic going on there. I didn't do all of those cigar tests on site, right there at that homestead. I did a lot of those in our backyard as well. So
Movie magic.
our neighbors probably thought I was trying to take up smoking.
Yeah.
Is that marijuana? What are you guys doing there? What are you doing?
No.
It's funny. It's pure movie magic because we were at the Lucas Homestead in Castlewood Canyon. That was built in something like 1898.
Wow.
And then we went to the mountains. We went to the graveyard up in Black Hawk. Knights of Pythias Cemetery in Black Hawk. I think that was like established in the 1860s. They do a lot of paranormal stuff up there. You can go up there for Halloween and what have you. A lot of ghost stuff, and those were the main sites. But Movie Magic, we had a tree in our backyard, just like in this picture. So the focal length, the focal length was exactly the same. You couldn't tell.
Excellent.
The light was at the same direction, so we shot a lot of close-ups in the backyard, so we didn't have to travel 40 miles to the site. And then inserts we shot at a baseball field, a park, and an art piece in a shopping mall. Like right there, that background is near a strip mall.
Oh, really?
That's just a publicity picture. We did all of this beforehand. We did the publicity pics so that we can show all the performers, what they're going to look like. And I think it helped.
This is pre-mafia. It was, this is the cowboy mafia right here.
Yeah, that's we were going for that look, and everybody looked great. And all this primarily is thrift store specials or some stuff bought from costume shops, area costume shops,
and some custom pieces. Don't forget.
Yes.
Yeah, you better give credit to her making these custom pieces.
Yeah, it's all the design. It's all the design, and there was some customized stuff. Slim's chaps, his were customized.
My chaps.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Poncho.
Thank God he put pants with those chaps.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the actual place where you filmed?
Yeah. It's a hot spot. A lot of people like to tour that.
Didn't you say there were like graduation photos happening there when you went there one day?
Yeah, when me and Vincent were shooting all his close-ups, there was like a yoga photo shoot, cheerleaders, a couple from getting married or something. So we kind of shared it. We were inside, and then people were outside, and then when we went outside, they went inside. So you can't, there was activity there the whole morning we were there.
And check it out, folks. Look at that picture showing off the cam.
Yep.
Woo, that's a second shot right there.
Yeah.
Shot on film, folks. Don't that. Yeah,
yep.
That's a commercial. Look at homie here, too. Don't tell me this was by a strip mall, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
220. So they let you guys walk around with guns, man. You did this in New York City, you would have been arrested in a heartbeat.
It was funny though, I didn't. None of the performers knew what to expect when I drove them over here a couple miles from the house, and then it was like, oh look, there's this weird little dwelling that was built as an art piece.
He said, "Come on now, guys, and pull out the guns." I would have been over this shit. My Puerto Rican ass holding a fake gun. The cops around now. Awesome. Was this at the place, or this also another?
This was on This was on location. We did 2 photo shoots. We did one in costume at the strip mall, and art piece, and then I did a second set of shots here on location.
Awesome. Well, there you go. I mean, so that's the whole cast and the shots of several locations, man. Yeah. So, man, how do you feel having the only actual film, if you will, amongst this in the GeekFest community this year? Because everyone I've spoken thus far, like I mentioned before, done everything on HD digital. You feel special being one of those few filmmakers that have the actual, film.
In general, yes, because I'm not exactly sure judges or festivals know what I'm up to. I have to specify that I am shooting on film, because I either get this weird look of disbelief or shock that I'm doing this. And it's like, well, this has been common for 100 years plus. I'm not really doing anything different. I just couldn't see myself shooting this Western in HD. It would not have fit the art piece at all. It just wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked.
See, I totally agree. When it comes to that type of style, especially a Western, you can't do that in HD. It takes away so much from it. I grew up watching the Clint Eastwood films, you know, the Wayne. I mean, you can't do a cowboy in HD. It just doesn't look right. They see all the makeup of the cowboy. Okay, what's wrong with this homie here? And then mucho polvo.
Yeah, it's hilarious because, you know, I mean, I get it. People think it's faster, easier, cheaper, but still, you know, you're doing a period piece on location and stuff. I think you really have to understand that your format makes a difference. And with the technologies today, the scanning processes and the editing systems that we have, I am completely blown away by how awesome film looks. You can capture it in its purest state and archive it. I mean, my film roll, this is going to last 100 years, you know.
Has there been any difficulties though? You know, because you are using basically old school systems, and with the modern stuff, has there been anything that's been an obstacle? You know, whether it is the film or sound or anything like that, has everything been able to, you know, be worked on without much hassle?
It's perfectly accommodatable, and I'm lucky that I'm in an area that I have a few gentlemen that really understand film and the technologies to help me out. So I would say the transition is easy. It's just a question of your scanning, getting you know, the HD, 2K, and the right frame rate. You can do that today, which was you couldn't do that very well, let's say 10, 20 years ago. But now you can get a pure frame rate. And it's no problem. It works with any editing system out there. And, you know, as far as the sound goes, I mean, being prepared and having a script, we shot no sound on location at all. Zero. It was all done here at Warehouse 9. We re-recorded all the voices. All the sound effects are canned. Music is off Pond 5. So in order to have complete control of the production, I eliminated the element of sound while we were shooting. And I know sometimes it could throw a performer off, but having said that, when we got into post-production to record the sound, it was interesting how characters changed attitudes. You know, I liked how we were able to flesh out a performance, I think, a little better. And it only enhanced the visuals. I mean, and it was easy, and it was, heck, this microphone here is what I use to record the sound, what you hear me on all the time for podcasts. Recorded it into Audacity, and then threw it into the editing system and equalized it, and you know, you get your stereo dual mono track, which really gives a old school feel. So, and once again, technology wise, I eliminated a sound guy on location, which was no problem. You know, great. It was fun. It was old school. We were efficient. We were in and out. I mean, you know, by the time we were done shooting for the day, we were at the deli by lunch, and you couldn't enjoy a day better than that.
A shout out to Jane Angel, which is calling you a celluloid vigilante.
Wow, cool.
That's the next title of the next film from Warehouse 9, the celluloid vigilante.
I got film.
Oh man, this is awesome. You know, while we're talking about this, so you know, you are in GeekFest Yr, right? Let's show a little bit of love to our homie Bill O. You know, because this is where you could actually watch Last Resort and vote, because this coming weekend, you know what I mean, a lot of the films are up for votes. So this is actually a good opportunity for you to understand, you know, everything that GeekFest has to offer. Be right back.
Cool.
Whoa. Yeah, man. It doesn't like you amped. I love that track. It makes me want to fight the war drum de Puerto Rico. Vamos a pelear. Vamos.
But that ain't no
And right,
Indians.
hey, you know what I'm saying? And right there, folks, the GeekFest site is at geekfestla.com, where you could, find out where you could watch The Last Resort, and of course all the other awesome films that are on deck for that. All right, and there we are, man. How easy was that decision for you, Lance, to want to participate on GeekFest FilmFest?
It was very easy. I mean, it's a great platform. I thought that the touring aspect of it is unique. They're right. They're very unique, and to be a part of that was the motivation. And I'm glad we're in. I'm glad we're in official selection, and I'm glad to showcase.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. Have you ever had the opportunity to actually showcase the film at a Comic Con? I think we're gonna get to the point where GeekFest is gonna be at a con, because everything's starting to open up. Mega cons are doing things, so and fan expos. So let's see. So that means opens up an opportunity for him. So if that happens, would you attend a con at this point in time, or are you still keeping safe? And that goes for all of you. Would you think it's a safe time to attend the con to show it, or would you still stay home?
I'd say we're getting close. I would entertain the idea because it's an interesting concept. I like the way Bill's handling it. I like the idea of touring with a con. It's like a concert tour, but you hit cons and you have a built-in audience. There's audiences there, and I think they starve a little bit more for original content along with fan films. I think they want to see new stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely game.
That's it. Would you guys go to a showing if it showed up in your local areas? Start with Vince.
I'd only go if it was in Vegas. Not just
Hey, we're getting there. We're getting there.
That's what he said, though. But I'd like to go. I've never been to one. It'd be a new experience for me, though.
Oh, excellent, yeah, man. You should definitely go, man. What about you?
Yeah.
About given the opportunity, would you attend one?
Yeah, I think I'm just about there where I'd be ready to attend, still feeling out this whole lots of people
Yeah.
situation, but I think, especially as we get into later in the summer and the fall, I'm probably going to feel more comfortable with that kind of thing. So I think I'll be ready to go. And it's always a thrill to see the film on a bigger screen than you see it at home. It's really exciting to see things on the big screen. So I'm hoping that it happens. I'm hoping that other people can show up too. It's always good to have a venue where you can invite friends and family if they want to show up and see it as well on a big screen to really showcase, the work that we did.
The wonderful work that you guys do, because that fan reaction is always awesome, especially when they see something, somebody they haven't seen before. Sometimes it's like, oh my God, what is this? It's great. Again, GeekFest, caters to that, showing off amazing new talent and amazing talent, like Lance. I mean, one of the last few celluloid vigilantes. Hey, that's it. That's it, bro. That's going to stick with you. The celluloid vigilante.
It's going to stick. I like that. You gotta, sometimes in order to stand out, it's kind of weird going back in time in order to stand out, just doing what all the greats done. Shooting on film, it's like, okay, I'm going to go that route. That's my canvas. So I'm going to stick with it as long as I can.
So talking about the canvas, man, how much more are you going to add to this wonderful canvas of yours? Are we going to see more of Vincent and Norel, whether in another Last Resort or in any other projects? Do you have anything up, working on with popping?
We just finished the Unmentionables, which we shot on 16 millimeter film. That's in the festival circuit now. Vincent Olin stars in it. Laurel's producer, production designer. So yes, we're going to continue. There is more Last Resort to tackle as far as the characters and the stories go. It's just working out what I can do economically feasible, because as you progress, you want to get more out of it. So chances are the next Unmentionables will probably be on 16 millimeter. Increase our game on that and do something extremely radical. We're building a pretty good crew of people that want to be involved, and the resources are there. So it's just a questioning of me writing it, figuring it out, and then pulling the great people together to get it done. We were lucky we got all this stuff done, pre-pandemic, and we played it really safe, and we did the unmentionables during the pandemic. And it's a different way to make film, not having a lot of people in the same area at the same time. But like The Last Resort, it's nothing new. It's movie magic.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to continue. We're going to keep rocking. You're going to see all of us. I mean, we got more films coming out, and Coiffure Extraordinaire is coming out. That's going to be on 16 millimeter as well, full color. Warehouse 9's rocking. We are in production now.
And
we're going to keep eating. Yeah.
Those hats, bro. Those films, please, you have a Vimeo, right, that has those amazing short films, right? Oh,
yeah.
My God. You guys got to. See, look, right here, Jaden said, you guys rock the old school movie productions, and I hope it never stops. So happy you care.
Yep.
Look at that.
And we're not stopping. So, what you're seeing is the crew here. We make it happen, and I'm happy to be associated with great people. I mean, this is how you do it. You build your team, you stick by your guns, and you try to create the art, the entertainment.
Yep. Rock and roll. So Vincent with the unmentionables, were you more open for that one now? I saw you that one. You look a lot gangster looking like a G in a suit. So what was popular?
Yeah, I'm open to that. I am. The characters are wonderful characters. The whole cop thing. That type of thing.
Yeah, the whole bit too. You great energy with your partner in that. So it's really funny. Everybody does a great job in it. And I definitely want more of that. Lance is very talented, man. He has a crazy imagination, but it's fun. That's what makes it. And again, seeing it on film. Wow, it's that old school take, man. It's definitely feels very throwbackish. So for me, it feels fantastic. But I think a whole new generation love it. I mean, I don't know if you guys heard, but do you know that grandpa clothes are in style among the youth?
What?
Hopefully, they'll be in the 80s.
Yeah, the brown slacks with the sweater and the short button, the shirt, the sleeve button. I swear to God, bro. I swear. That grandpa is a style, bro. So, I'm still too young for that. Don't let the white hairs fool you. I just don't dye it, all right?
Yeah. I don't need a leisure suit yet. It's. But yeah, that's the idea. But film is still modern. You can still make it look just as good as anything else out there. It's nothing. I think some people have a misconception that it's the resolution or the image isn't as good as HD, and that's completely untrue. Like anything, the better camera you have, the better lens you have, the film stock, your image is going to be absolutely phenomenal, and it's going to last a lifetime.
That's man. There's a lot of talk about that, but there's so much more to it than just having a good camera. It is, you need the right accessories to make that look awesome. And Jet says, yes, Vincent is awesome in these films.
Thank you.
You're a fan, bro. Read out there. Look at that. This is great, guys.
Thank you.
I really want to see so much more from Warehouse 9. I want to see more from Vincent and Laurel. You really did do kick-ass Bounty Killer. So I want to see more Bounty Killer. Yes, definitely. The expanded universe is amazing, Oh, and look at Malcolm Wong said, film is dreamier and impressionistic.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Look at that. Look at that. They get it, bro. See, we have people that get it, Lance. And hopefully everyone else gets it during the GeekFest FilmFests, man. Because that's where it's at right now. This weekend, tune in to itsashort.com, where I believe that's where you could actually purchase a pass to hang out and just watch a multitude of films. So, don't sleep, man. GeekFestLA.com right there. And of course, follow the Warehouse 9 team and Lance at Warehouse 9 Limited on Twitter, warehouse9pro.com. Lance looks frozen unless he's meditating. Actually, and Lorella's frozen too. She looks right now, she's in the news or something. let's
Oh,
see
yeah.
if that changes. But Vince, thank you for your time. There you
Thank you for
go.
having me.
There we are. There we are.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought you were posing and meditating for a minute. We were just looking carefully, like, wait a minute. We were magooing the screen, like, ¿qué es esto? ¿Qué está pasando? Coño. So how you saying, Lance, we're telling people where to follow you, man. Right? Warehouse Limited on Twitter,
Yeah.
right? The Warehouse9Pro.com, right? Is there any other places or any other things that I am missing right now that people need to be checking out? Because I know you also have an ill comic, right? From that
Warehouse
that
9 is
Uh-oh.
It seems that the technical gods do not love us today. That's what happens when you put two Puerto Ricans on screen.
I know.
We
Got taken over.
that's what it is, but we have that effect on the energy. Carajo, ¿qué pasa? All
Put
right.
the camera
So
here.
we need to send a drone to his house immediately. Vamos. All right. So, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm sorry that his internet was tuning in and out. I'm sorry that I had my little flubs. But the whole thing is that, okay, and Laurel's back? Is she? Yeah, look, I saw her blink. She's back.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry. I think our home Wi-Fi died for a second here.
No worries, man. Look, Jeff Winter, that's right. GeekFest rules. Don't forget to check out GeekFestY.com. But of course, also check out me, gente, at ComicCrusaders.com. Also at UndercoverGeek.com. We got our stuff. Everything's all about pop culture. All the fun without the politics. All right, that's how we do, kiddo. Que se joda. Si no te gusta, que se joda. That's all. I like to tell people. And again, Warehouse 9 on Twitter, at the website, GeekFest Yr. Laurel, you're awesome. Vincent,
Thank you.
you're awesome.
Thank you, bro.
guys keep in the filmverse. You're in good hands when it comes to with Lance. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, yo. Thank you again. And with that, Almega, hasta la próxima, huepa.
Thank you. We hope you've enjoyed this Comic Crusaders production. For real-time news on all things pop culture, please feel free to follow us on social media. For articles, original content, merchandise, and more, please go to www.comiccrusaders.com. Also follow along with all of the websites of the Comic Crusaders family. As always, if you like this content, please click like and subscribe to the Comic Crusaders YouTube channel.